It was a sunny afternoon in London, and the world was watching. Cameras flashed relentlessly, fans lined the streets, and the chatter online had reached a fever pitch. Emma Raducanu, the British tennis sensation who had captured hearts worldwide with her incredible talent and poise, was stepping out for a public appearance. But today, it wasn't just about tennis or fashion. Today, the spotlight was on something far more personal: her love life. For weeks, tabloids and social media had been ablaze with speculation. Rumors swirled about who Emma might be dating. Who was the man by her side off the court? Was there someone she was seeing secretly? Every minor interaction, every glance, every social media post was being dissected, analyzed, and speculated upon. Fans were desperate for answers, and the media was eager to deliver them. The tension was palpable as Emma approached the venue. The cameras clicked in rapid succession. Reporters called out questions, some lighthearted, others intrusive, trying to provoke a reaction. But Emma walked forward with her signature calm and confidence, as if the noise around her didn't exist. She smiled politely, acknowledged fans, and then, in a moment that would immediately go viral, she made a gesture so subtle yet so powerful that it instantly silenced all the speculation. It wasn't dramatic or flashy. It wasn't a statement shouted into a microphone. It was just a simple gesture. A flick of the hand, a shake of the head, a graceful wave-off. Something so small that if you weren't paying attention, you could have missed it entirely. But for those watching closely, for the millions glued to screens across the globe, it was everything. In one motion, Emma had said what words never could. She was in control of her own story, and the rumors were not hers to entertain. The reaction was immediate. Social media exploded. Fans praised her poise and her quiet strength. Critics and gossip mongers were left speechless. Headlines that had been filled with speculation suddenly changed tone. Emma Raducanu handles rumors with grace, one news site reported. Another wrote, "One gesture silences a storm of questions." The internet, which had been ablaze with curiosity and conjecture, paused to acknowledge the power of that single, deliberate motion. What made this moment so remarkable wasn't just the gesture itself, but the timing. Emma had just stepped out after a high-profile event, in front of hundreds of cameras and thousands of fans. Yet she maintained complete composure. She didn't blush, she didn't stumble, and she didn't look flustered. She simply acknowledged the world on her own terms, sending a clear message. Her personal life is private, and she decides what she shares and what she keeps to herself. Fans immediately took to social media, sharing clips, screenshots, and slow-motion replays of the gesture. The hashtag #EmmaGesture began trending worldwide. Discussions flooded forums, with people dissecting the moment frame by frame, analyzing her expression, her body language, and the confidence with which she carried herself. Some called it a masterclass in handling media scrutiny. Others simply expressed admiration for her ability to remain unshaken in the face of endless speculation. It's not often that a single action can capture the world's attention, but Emma had done exactly that. She reminded everyone that she is more than just a tennis star. She is a role model for millions. Her gesture was a statement of independence, a refusal to let anyone else control her narrative. It was as much about personal boundaries as it was about self-respect. In a world where public figures are often forced to answer questions they would rather avoid, Emma's silent statement resonated deeply. For those watching the incident unfold, it became clear that this wasn't just a story about rumors or dating. It was a story about strength, confidence, and empowerment. Emma had taken a situation that could have been invasive or uncomfortable and turned it into a moment of clarity and authority. She had shown that sometimes actions speak louder than words, and that confidence and composure can make a far greater impact than any explanation ever could. The media, of course, didn't let the moment go unnoticed. Within hours, news outlets around the world had covered the incident. Commentators praised her tact and elegance. Experts in body language dissected the gesture, explaining how it conveyed control, independence, and decisiveness. Fans continued to share their admiration, and the story quickly became one of the most talked about moments of the week. What makes this incident even more powerful is the universality of its message. Emma didn't just silence rumors about herself. She sent a signal to young people everywhere about the importance of self-respect and personal boundaries. In a society where everyone is constantly scrutinized, Emma demonstrated that you can assert control over your narrative without confrontation, without anger, and without drama. One gesture, and the story was hers and hers alone. As the day came to a close, the footage of Emma's gesture continued to circulate. Each replay reminded viewers of her poise, her intelligence, and her ability to handle pressure with dignity. The story of this single moment, the gesture that silenced a storm of questions, would be remembered long after the rumors faded. It was a testament to her strength, her independence, and her unwavering confidence. Emma Raducanu's ability to navigate the public eye with grace is unmatched. While many would feel the weight of constant scrutiny, she turned it into an opportunity to set boundaries and assert her autonomy. Her gesture may have lasted just a second, but its impact would echo for weeks, months, and possibly years to come. For fans, it was a moment of awe. For the media, a lesson in restraint. For Emma herself, it was simply a reflection of who she is. A strong, independent, and unstoppable force, both on and off the court. And so, in one small but unforgettable gesture, Emma Raducanu not only shut down a tidal wave of speculation about her love life, she reminded the world of something far more important: that confidence, composure, and self-respect are the most powerful statements one can make. In a single motion, she turned curiosity into admiration, gossip into respect, and attention into empowerment. For anyone watching, the lesson was clear. Emma Raducanu will always be the author of her own story, and no rumor, no question, and no speculation will ever change that. One gesture was all it took to remind the world who she truly is.